levels of wealth. Oh, sorry, we're not done with this. Okay, before we go into that. Yeah, questions, please. You come here for the first time, I want to know more, please. If there's anything that's known. Even in school, when you are doing reviews at the end of section, you don't expect some serious mathematics any longer. Alright, so this is like a review class. Any question, please? And what you don't understand? Okay. So how many of you have been enjoying our MBA class over the years? Have you been enjoying our MBA class? So let's have a dose of that and just one for today. Wealth is such a great concern around the world that even me is so concerned. As an apostle in the marketplace, a man with a mission to raise financial diplomats and social reformers, that I teach it with passion and I discuss it with passion. If you want to get my attention, just discuss about money. You will get my attention. Are we together? There are two things that you easily get my attention. Talk about the Church of Jesus Christ and they talk about money, then you get my attention. If you're talking something else, I might not even contribute. If you're talking about politics, I might not say anything. Because I'm not a politician and I'm not interested. Okay? If you're talking about running people down, I'm not interested. Talking about insulting people. I was checking my life and I'm trying to remember when last I told somebody you are stupid. I can't even remember if I told somebody you are stupid. Ever since I got born again since 1997. I can't remember. That there was somebody that said, "Don't man is a fool, it's stupid." No matter the anger, certain statements do not come out from a mouth any longer. It's the training. Are we together? So you train yourself to let your tongue be salty when it comes to what you say from your mouth. That is very, very important. Are we together? So wealth is so important that even nations are rated by their GDP. Are we together? They are rated by their GDP. And there are events where all nations are invited to participate. Are we together? There are also events where what they call the G20 also are called to participate. So that means the top 20 was the economy, in terms of buoyancy in the economy, they invite them to be part of that. Then also, there are times also they slim it down. They call what? The G7. And when they are calling the G7, your country is no longer in that category. It doesn't matter what you feel, it doesn't matter what you think. Because at that level, they may be talking about contribution that is what your GDP, your country GDP. So how do you get that done? Are we together? So from that level, you get to understand the difference between that I am rich in Jesus' name than actual wealth. Are we together now? Because the billionaires clubs, when they are talking about contribution, they don't talk about thousands. Probably to even get registered in the billionaires club, they may tell you, oh, we need the 1 billion naira for it. And that time you say, that you are not supposed to be there in the first place. Are we together now? Alright, so the G7 nations are actually nations that rule the world. And when it matters most also, there are just about 3 nations that also will be called to a meeting where the G7 will not be considered. Okay? So also watch out in your life. Which cycle that you've not been able to fit in right now? Just because you are not within the G7 as far as your cycle is concerned. And you get angry. Oh, you people were doing something, nobody even invited me. You were not remembered. The reason you were not remembered, it was deliberate. Because they didn't want to stress your life. Are you with me? I started creating wealth in a tangible way when I heard in my spirit years ago when I was complaining of some mistreatment, maybe a religious cycle and all of that. When I heard in my spirit that this is the material world, stop complaining. They don't measure your spiritual activity when it comes to some choices they make. For example, you've been in a particular church. When it's time to make a chairman of a building committee, they know you are broke. They know you are spiritually buoyant, but they're not going to appoint you. Now, if you are angry, why was I not made the chairman of that committee? Then you make a big mistake. They may make somebody who we don't really understand his wealth calculation. But as long as the church is concerned, this is the wedding guy, and they appointed the chairman. You say cannot talk about John 3:16, that is your business. And we together. So if you are angry, you are not going to get wealthy. What do? Realize this, understand this, and begin to run with it. Are we together? Tell yourself the truth. So try to be angry and all of that. I had my spirit, this is a material world, stop complaining, boy. And I suddenly awoken to the reality that, what is even this earth meant from? Have you ever thought of it? Of all the universe, of all the things that were discovered at basic science, talk about 9, what do you call it again? 9 what? Planets. Only Earth was habitable according to them, and all the enjoyment that there is here. To the extent, some people thought there's going to be marrying in heaven. Jesus Christ said, well, there's not going to be married or so enjoy your this thing here. So if there is a religion that's telling you there's going to be 10 virgins given to you over there, you cannot know that they are not right. Are we together? So do all your enjoyment here. So this earth is being measured and calculated by your material possession. Better let that dawn on you. All these things, they should understand me that I'm spiritually fit. You are wasting your time. Nobody's going to look at that. If you are spiritually fit, go lay hands on the people, let them be working. They will respect you. And the money will not follow. And you see the way it works now. Because that is solving one solution that people can see. Are you getting that? Why do you think these doctors are assisting with all the churches in Nigeria? Because they do something and they see result then. Who cares? So this is a result-driven health. And the earlier you understand that, the better. Are we together? So please understand that. So we're discussing what? The 5 levels of what? Of wealth. Are we still together? Number 1, physical wealth. This one includes what? Health and what? Vitality. Now it's still very true that health what? Is wealth. Are we together? Health is what? Health is wealth. It was true then, it's still very true right now. When we just got there this morning, my brother here was telling me about the story of somebody, one of our brothers, who his brother has been sick, and what he has spent within the few weeks now, or more, is so much money that if he was a salary earner, he would have been broke right now. God forbid any infection, any sickness in your body, you will know that this health that you have, this vitality, this is how you are oozing with strength and everything, that you're actually wealthy. It's just only you don't understand the different dimensions of wealth. That's why you don't calculate your health. That you wake up every day. I've taught in this place before how to talk to your body every day of your life. Okay? Don't ever you wait for sickness before you start praying. It's a very wrong way. When you're thanking God for everything, don't always look at money always. Also thank God for what? For the health of your body. The vitality that you enjoy. Understand is wealth on its own. I mean solid wealth. There are people that live on drugs. Perpetually live on drugs. They are neither well nor sick. When everybody's catching cold, they'll be feeling hot. When everybody's complaining everywhere is hot, they'll be catching cold. When they're growing up, even parents can't just leave them at home. There must be somebody, an adult at home, to look over them. That's a serious issue. Are we together? So let's appreciate our health because it's as valid of anything. I said this place, the loss of health can reduce you from millions to zero account in a matter of weeks. In a matter of weeks, you can just be done completely. Out. You're done and out. So this is something that we must appreciate and we must take very, very serious because health is wealth. Then number 2, let's look at number 2 levels of wealth. Okay, this one is so you can get it. Please just get that. Spiritual wealth. You can just put bracket peace of mind. So in case you don't know, just know today, peace of mind or sadness of mind. So understand this is another dimension of wealth. If you have listened to me over and over again, you know that I have problem with religion, and I have all the respect for spirituality. So when you get to the level where you're able to separate the two, I can tell you, you start making progress indeed. You start just being religious and start being spiritual and take your life very serious, and you start making unbelievable progress, both in the spirit and in the material world. Are we together? 3 John 2. You still remember that 3 John 2? How many Bible students do we have in this place? Okay, thank you so much. Can we read it together? 1 to go. Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in good health, even as thy soul prospereth. You see that now? Even God said, I wish that you prosper even as your soul. You see, the soundness of your soul most of the time has an impact in the material world, in how you live your life. We talk about the physical health. If your mind is very sound, that also can affect what? Your physical body. The healthness of your mind has a lot to do with the wellness of your body. Are we together? To the extent when somebody gone bunker, we know the effect of it. That the lowest person or non-relevant person that could be considered when it comes to electioneering in any system, that even a black man will be considered to vote, but a man that's gone bunker will never be considered to vote or to be voted for. Are you seeing that now? So the soundness of your mind goes a long way. So spirituality has a lot to do with the wellness of your system. Okay? The life of the flesh is what? It's in the blood. You remember that? The life of the flesh is in the blood. That's why even when you have infection, where they always want to check is from your blood. Because from that they take whatever test they want to do. They're able to tell what's actually wrong with your flesh. Remember, the flesh, something is wrong and it's showing from the upper part of your body. But when they want to treat it, where they have to check what? Is the blood. So take care of your mind, take care of your spirituality. It has a lot to do what? With your flesh. Are we together? Number 2 on this scripture, no, I'm reading the scripture now. Isaiah 26:3. Thou wilt keep him in what? In perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee. You see that again now? Yeah, we're going to do some practical of that. Thou wilt keep what? In perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee. The more spiritual you become, the less trouble you get into. Have you ever observed that? Most of the time you get into a lot of trouble. It's like the statements of David. He said, I went astray, then I was afflicted. Are you getting that? If you have ever met some ladies who probably have not had any contact, any sexual contact with a man, they don't even know their menstrual period season. They are not even conscious of it. Why do you think they live like that? Because they know they've not had any contact with any man sexually, and they are not planning to, and they don't even care about their monthly flow. Are you getting that? So the more spiritual you become, it has a lot of impact on your physical world. So spiritual wealth is one of the most vital wealth you need. I need to live a healthy life in this world. All right? It will keep in peace, in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee. And the healthier you become, and I can tell you, the more intelligent you also become. That is another one. So if you see somebody who say, oh, he's always such a churchy person, or whether he's even the other side, and he's doing just know that he's a religious person. All right? Because a spiritually fit person also is one of the most brilliant person you can find anywhere in the world. I don't even care any religion that you belong to. Are you with me? So if you find somebody in a classroom who seems to be spiritual and is a dull student, forget about it. He's not spiritual. He's not spiritually fit. Okay? So all those things, let's learn them. Number 3, so that we don't overstay on that before we turn this place to church. Number 3, wow, social wealth. Okay, bracket open. Status and popularity. I got to start understanding this one time, many years ago. I was looking for one of my famous guys that I respect, Donald Trump, and we were doing an interview. They were interviewing on some things, and they asked him a question. They asked a question about a particular man, and Donald Trump refused to mention the person's name. And he went further to say, yeah, he's very rich, but he's not famous. And I don't want to make him famous right here. That way I knew that you mentioning someone's name in your interview or in any discussion on your platform is a lot. I didn't see it as a big deal. But from that day I started noticing that, and I've seen a whole lot of people even on interviews, they say they don't want to mention that person's name, it's not worth mentioning. Are we together? So that's why most of the time, when you are castigating somebody that is being accepted by a lot of people, you get into trouble. And also, when the bigger person begins to talk down on the smaller person, he made that smaller person automatically what? Popular. Because of his own popularity. So this is so vital. So social wealth is we like call it money minting machine right now in this our dispensation. I hope you agree on that. Because when we talk about social wealth, we're talking about is the act of being accepted and loved by a greater audience. The act of being accepted and loved by what? A greater audience. That what determines wealth of so many people today is what? The followership and the likes that they get on their posts on a daily basis. And that is actually contributing what? To wealth. So I call it what? The lazy man way of being wealthy. Just being famous. From that fame, the money begins to run after you. You post something right now, in a matter of minutes, you are seeing 1,000 shares. People that are sharing. Why your own you posted since last year? You have not gotten more than 20 likes. So anyway, you don't even need to be surprised right now why a whole lot of people get paid and you are not getting paid. Me and you, we are still here. And a lot of people enjoy money from that. So popularity or status is also what? Another level of wealth. So take this very serious and begin to engage people on your platform if you want to tap into it, because this is almost like the easiest thing that any one of us can do right now. Consciously build your page, consciously make posts. Don't wait. I've told you so many times, if you are still waiting for Owambe before you post, you are making the biggest mistake. Because a lot of people that are following you on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, they don't even know what you do. I was so surprised that my daughter is already telling my wife that they should be doing TikTok, want to be making money. Say she wants to have 100,000 followers. I was shocked. In 6 years, we'll be talking about 100,000 followers. She's already knowing them. She spoke one English that we were all surprised in the house. My sister here, we were talking to her and said, okay, I will send you my number. He said, send the number, ASAP. Who taught you ASAP? And we were all surprised to get to learn that and all that. So that's the world we are really in. The either you understand that, the better. Are we together? Yes. So please take it serious. Those days you see people complaining, we must you put everything on Facebook. It's because you don't understand. Some people are doing it deliberately to create the right audience, and the audience is equal to what? Money. Followership is equal to what? Money. Let's write that one down. So followership is no longer what you think. It's equal to money. Because you don't understand what's bringing money this time around, and better get into that. I told you the greatest problem we actually have in this dispensation is that, unlike the past dispensation, when we were moving from the horse carriage into the industrial age of riding cars and all of that, what was causing the changes was so visible that we didn't have so much problem with it. But the problem we have with this generation is that what is causing the change is not actually visible to the optical eyes. And that's why we are lazy about it. That's why we are careless about it. Because what I'm talking about, how can I just be posting? Yes, that is where the money is right now. What is WhatsApp is doing? You download WhatsApp online for free. So how come it's worth $16 billion? How many companies in Nigeria that you were born that be owned that is worth $16 billion? Telegram worth $30 billion. I don't think that is still worth 30 billion, even up till now. And yes, it's the weightiest black man in the world. Are you saying that? When did Telegram start? I think WhatsApp started before Telegram. So what are we talking about now? What about Facebook? We don't even want to discuss about that. Out of the 8 billion people in the world, I don't think anything less. I've not gotten the correct report, but the last time I checked, there were about 5 billion people on Facebook. And over 2 billion people click on their account every month. Imagine 1,000 people come to knock on your shop every month. Well, how much will be worth? Alright, so followership is what? Equals to what? Money. Please take it very serious. And in this 2024, don't be quiet. Post all the time. How can the whole day go, you no post? Okay, whole week, no post on your Facebook. We are all here now, for example. This is the last meeting for the year. Don't you think it's enough for you to post on Facebook? Oh, I was in the last seminar of the year for Massive Bank Account Meetup. Picture you won't take. But when you go to one, but you are the first to take picture, can you see how careless we can be? The one that will not bring money. There is no any expectation that that's going to bring money. That's the one you will post. Or the one that you use to gossip. That's the one you will post. The one that should bring money, that should drive traffic, you will not post. Don't you ever get tired. This is the way the system runs this time around. And the earlier you know, the better. Are we together? So, we have 2 more to go. Number 4. You can see all we'll be talking about. We've not really even talking about money. We're not talking about financial wealth. Time, wealth. Now, and bracket cycle. So in case you don't know, time is also wealth. So understand today that among the levels of wealth, time is also something that you consider. And the truth is that if you are not wealthy, you may not really enjoy this time factor. And if I call the social wealth as one the man's laziest form of creating wealth, it simply means also that actually could give you the time wealth even better than any other. All right, freedom, please. Sorry, this is freedom. I know this place is a bit. Okay, freedom. May I just read from this one? This is good. All right, so creating wealth while you are in your house will help you gain more of this freedom. Can be gain time wealth. What is the essence of money if you are not going to enjoy it? You're not going to have time to enjoy it. That's why I see a whole lot of people who are wealthy, especially, they like to travel. And they enjoy that space and all of that with their lives and everything around the world. So they are not stuck. They are not looking for leave to go to travel. You travel at your pace. Are we together? And when you are traveling, you are not looking for economy. You are able to afford what? The first class or at most the business class, just to have space for yourself and enjoy yourself. Are we together? The first time I flew on the business class to Dubai, you know, it's an 8-hour trip. I really knew the difference between first class and economy. And I vow I will never do economy again. And God has been helping me since then. All right? You know, that's also where you need a mindset to check some of those things. I remember also when I stopped entering Mole in this Lagos, it was also a thing of mindset. I didn't have much money then, but I didn't just like the sight of everybody. The bus will not stop before you enter, and when you are coming out, it will not stop for you. Imagine that. Those of you experienced Mole in Lagos. Before Fashion Life banned it, I've already cut it off. And that actually caused a whole lot of delays for me because when you always have Mole to come to pass faster than the smaller buses. And smaller buses were more expensive, so I had to wait more time there for the smaller bus to come. But I was happy. How could you be loading people like cattle? Something will be filled up, they will still be pushing people in, and some people will just stand their hands and they're taller than their feet, all of them were just annoying. So I said, no, I'm too gentle for this kind of stuff. I'm not going to do this thing. I'm too honorable for this. I'm royalty. I started using God's word to encourage myself and all of that. I took step of faith. I didn't have the money. I just have 60% of faith to do that. And I was happy I was able to achieve that. So when Fashion last stopped it, I said I saw it before you saw it, Fashion. That this is not the best of transportation for our people. What nonsense. All right, so The first class experience and the economy, the difference is just too much. Imagine when you have to fold your head to travel to sleep for 8 hours or maybe 6 hours you could sleep. And when you could flatten your seat completely and sleep well. Even the attention given to you in the first class, the business class, and the economy is totally different. Huh? So the best you get from all those air hostess from your economy is chicken beef. They're just moving with speed. You know, when you are serving the 0.7777, it's such a long one and all that. Now they're asking you chicken or beef, you know, they already just give it to you and all that. You don't have a choice on what you want to eat. They give you the either one or two, then you choose out of the one or two. Unlike business or first class, as you are seated, the first thing they welcome you and with champagne, red wine, white wine, whatever anyone you take first. And of course, after that, you are given the menu where you select whatever you want. If you are well taken care of, you want to experience, are you for jealous? The way you went to silence. So it's a life, another dimension that you enjoy as God help you to do well financially. You enjoy time, wealth, and the freedom and all of that. That's the reason for our traveling and all of that. Okay? Don't wait for that one day and go travel. You will never travel, you go old. And by the time comes, your flesh will not be able to take the AC. You say, I better reduce that AC, turn it down. How can you get to church on the first night? You don't even know what you want to do in 2024. It's when Pastor announced that you are looking for paper, or help me with paper. To write, listen to me, and I lie not under heaven. Since I got born again 1997, I have never attended any meeting without a book and Bible. Not one meeting, whether church or outside church. So I really get surprised when a lot of people come to meeting, nothing to write anything down. So I'm just wondering, were you coming for comedy, or you thought you were not coming to learn? I don't understand. I've shown you one of my flights here where you could see a book by my side. Go and check almost all my pictures of those businesses I'm telling you. I don't just go there to sleep. There's always a book. If I show you a picture of some of those planes, you see a book there. So please, invest in learning, invest in knowledge, and be ready to learn at all times. Make yourself a student. Alright? So don't always claim that I know what they want to say. You don't know nothing. If you know nothing, you live differently. We will see the evidence. I love this earth. You know, God told me it's a material world. I begin to really see. If you say you know something, then why is it not showing? If it's not showing 1 year, nobody's going to judge you. But if it stays too long and it's not still showing, then we'll start asking you questions. Are you with me? Nobody will call any woman barren just for marrying 1 year, 2 years, never give birth. But if that thing stays for 20 years, they start saying, "People are still woman barren." If you now stay 50 years, then they stamp as enter. You don't finish. Are we together? So that you are broke now, nobody can just judge and say it's a poor man. No. But if you elongate too much, stay long too much, they say no man is a poor man. I don't think you want that language to be used for you. Alright, so please let's work on that. So personal freedom is an offspring of true wealth. So understand that your personal freedom is an offspring of what? Of true wealth. If you don't have wealth, forget about that personal freedom. That is why Warren Buffett said, until you find a way to make money while you sleep, you work till you die. It's as simple as that. Some of these things you might not agree with them. You don't have to agree with them. It's already showing. That is why you don't agree such information. Because most of the time we want to sound intelligent and be defensive. And be defensive. And when we are defensive, we actually lose out. You see, let me tell you something. When I just got born again, and now you are in church, the pastor is preaching, the first thing that's coming to your mind is that, I wish this person is here to hear this. I wish this person was here to hear this. Then I graduated to a level where I now started using it for myself. So I don't wish anybody was here to hear anything. I said, this is me you are talking to. Then I begin to use it to walk my life. So the extent I was borrowing books to read, because I couldn't afford a book then. We'll be in the church environment because when you are not able to do anything, you just finish secondary school. So you just go to church environment. Before service starts, You see other Christians that are discussing and all that. They are mentioning a particular author. They mentioning this pastor that is doing and all that. And there's a book in your hand. I will just beg you, please, can I have this book, please? I just want to go and read. I will rush into the auditorium, go stay for one corner, and be reading that book while they are teaching answer. Because as far as I was concerned, they were already ahead of me. So me, I don't know what they're talking about. Any little argument, I will not be able to contribute because I was just learning, trying to learn very fast. That actually made me to even start reading from Genesis. I don't want any revelation. I just want to know the stories, even in the Bible. All right. Started reading all of that, and I thank God for the speed I had. So please, investing in knowledge is so important if you want to really be wealthy. So because financial literacy is totally different from the degrees that you have. I hope you know that. And we also found out that first degree holders actually work for third class, and first class students actually work for what? Third class students. And most of the time they work for NAFROS. I heard that the Igbo apprenticeship is now being studied at Harvard University. That pattern of the Igbo apprenticeship. You don't know it's a serious thing? You thought it's a joke. It's not a joke. You know what it means? You pick up a child, and it's going to spend 4 or 7 years with you. You are responsible for that child's first care, the feeding, clothing that child. Then at the end of the 7 years, then you are by agreement, open a store or whatever you are doing for that person, and to make sure, because why would you study that? There are people that have that practices. Other just help. This is not just help. This is you serve me, I settle you. It's an agreement. So it's not that I'm helping your life. I'm not helping you as it were. Because all those years of my service, you are not paying me salary. Alright? This is an agreement, and this must be carried out. And you see, it's not worth studying. How do you think that the Igbo people came out of the Holocaust after the Civil War? There were kwashokos everywhere on the streets of the southeast after the war. How do you think they came out of it? Because before the war, it was like one or how many few people that were millionaires in the whole place. But after that, they came together and used this principle and see what has become of them. That there's almost no street where you will not find a millionaire in the southeast. And you think it's not worth studying? Okay. You better know how you respect things around the world. All right, last one, let's finish it up. The one you thought was going to be the number one, the financial wealth. Financial wealth. So that's why you must understand different dimensions of wealth and money, what, and possession. Money and possession, the financial wealth is the last one on this. We all know this, and most of the time, because it's the most pronounced and above all other levels of wealth. Remember, I told you that we live in the material world, so most of the time, our wealth is actually measured with by the quantity of the money we have in our bank accounts and the things that we possess. Are we together? Have you written this thing down? Financial wealth, money and possession is the most pronounced and above all other levels of wealth. And this is why when people say, "Oh, don't forget, he's a broke guy," I don't want to use that word they like using. So they can easily measure your wealth because you don't have any money in your bank account, and what money can buy is not showing around you. And even you also, who has no knowledge of the physical wealth, begin to agree that you're also a broke man because you judge your whole life only by the 5th level of wealth. Are we together? So from your own mouth you say to people, "I am broke." How do you know you are broke? Because you think you lack what? The availability of currency in your account or in your pocket. You are not far from the truth, but it's not the whole truth. It's an incomplete truth. Are we together? It's not what you are saying, there are no elements of truth in it, but the truth is not complete. That is only the problem. But because we live in the material world, the availability of currency actually goes a long way to determine and to define how you are rated. Get angry, you are getting angry for nothing. That's the way we rate you. Because we cannot rate your spiritual dimension. Before we can rate even your physical wealth, doctor needs to do medical runs on you, check up on you. To the extent, no player plays for a new club without the player being checked. They don't assume that this player is fit. No, as you are crossing from club A to club B, they take you and run you through what? Serious medical checkup. Because they understand the dimension of physical wealth. Are we together? So the financial wealth actually made these things so pronounced and all of that. So like put in this place, this is the combination of both cash and acquisition of real estate. Oh, I like this quote. Businesses, investment of all kinds. You see that now. So you cannot tell, oh, when they say, oh, this person is the wealthiest person in a particular location or in a particular country and all of that, these are the things they are putting into consideration. It's not what to confess. Christians, be careful. It's not what to confess, it's not what to say we are following. What the world is following is what they can see with their optical eyes. Are we together? So don't say, I'm very rich just because you don't know. All those are now nonsense. Are we together? The day they started rating Dangote, or they decided to look into Dangote's work, he was the one by himself that had to make it known that I'm wealthier than this lady. Oprah Winfrey then was rated as the wealthiest black person in the world. And I think it was even 1 billion then. Dangote said he's wealthier. So the folks have to take time to now look into Dangote's stuff and actually saw that the things that he has done and all of that. Even the Dangote had to test run his own wealth by checking out the availability of the currency dimension of wealth. Alright? Understand this dimension. The currency. One day, according to him, because he was so busy creating wealth and making money and all of that, so he wasn't even really having time to really enjoy the money. But people were already rating, Ali Cash, according to the Lumelu, we call him Ali Cash, and all of that. And he went to the bank, that time when you could still withdraw certain amount, and he said $10 million from my personal account. And he withdrew all the money. According to him, he carried the $10 million, put it in the boot, and drove home. And the money spent 24 hours in his house. So he wasn't afraid. He wasn't like agitating that $10 million in the car. So the following day, he drove back to the bank and deposited it back. He said that was the day he knew he was actually wealthy. So he transferred the money. He used not know. You know, there were days that I would get home in the evening after all the days of looking for money and doing business, that it would look as if I lost some money. I don't know if it ever happened to you. When you bring that money from your pocket to cash, it's like, like you lost some money. You can wonder, what happened to my money? You know. Let's just round up in this place under this fifth level of wealth or partnership. Because most of the time, what kills us is partnership. Don't wait for this. I just want to discuss maybe 3 types of partnership that we have in business, basically. You know what we teach in MBA is not crypto. We teach businesses that no matter what you do, they are going to apply them. Are we together? All right? Because somebody will find out, oh, how do I get a partner for my business? And the truth is that before you can be talking about partnership, you yourself should you should even know the type of partners that exist in business for you to know what to do. So there's what we call the debenture partner. Okay. This is actually investing for a return within what? A specific time. You want to partner with somebody, debenture, because debenture, because I'm not saying you want to partner with somebody in his business, and there's a specified time for a return on that. For example, if I give you this 1 million, how much are you giving to me in return, and at what time period of time are we looking at? Well defined. Are we together? So somebody wants you to invest in his business, don't just invest that it will be fair with book. No booking. Calm down. If you want to give the person money, give. If it's not a gift, please let it be defined. All right? Defined as okay within this period of time. So any type of investment that you are doing, that you have a return, and within given time, this is the partnership. Is that clear now? All right. So most of the time, those who are into Ponzi, this is what most of them they still understand. So when you invite them for a meeting like this, they say, okay, if I put 100,000, how much will you be giving me? I've never asked those questions. Those who are marketing, how will you give me? They don't even know what that's about. Most of the time, this is actually what they're looking at. And so we have this, and of course, we have the other one. The other one, investing in projects. Investing in what? In projects. Investing in projects most of the time is like you are investing with this your friend, and this is not a particular period of time now. No, you are investing in the business to become part owner of that business or of that project. You are bringing a particular container and say, okay, I can't just give money, say because the container took 6 months to land in Nigeria or took 1 year, and you are telling me, I gave you that money since 1 year ago. No, it's after the sales of the goods that we are bringing, all right, that we can tell our profit that we share together according to whatever anybody brings. Are we together? So this is a different type of what? Of partnership now. Are you seeing the difference between the first one and the second one? The first one is that I don't have to join you in the business. I put this money in your business, you tell me how much I get, and this money expires in within so time. And I said that is what? The venture. Alright? Then the second one is investing in the business and be part of the business. So as the profit comes, we share, and there's no particular time to it. It's whenever we have the goods or the project gets matured, then we all share money together as it comes. Is that good enough now? Then number 3, let's just talking about equity investment. This is kind of another one there. Now, most of the time, too, somebody can be looking for money for scalability in his business, and because of that, he decided to sell some shares. Now, for a startup business, please don't always be in a hurry to sell your shares, because you sell them too cheap and mess up. I've seen people kick out of their businesses because they were too much in a hurry to raise capital for the business. For those of people that do businesses that talk about raising capital, this is actually one way of raising capital. Okay, because of that desperation, they went ahead and do that, and they made a whole lot of mistakes. So if you want to raise capital for your business, please always make sure at least you still hold 80% of that, against 20% that you can let go. Don't be too much in a hurry to sell out at the beginning. If truly you believe in the business. When it comes to equity partnership, equity investment, please be very careful at this, because this is actually when you are trying to raise money to do the business now. Maybe you are just starting a business and you need to raise equity for it, and follow this 80-20 rule to go a long way to help. This is one of the reasons for my businesses I've not bothered anybody concerning that yet, because I don't want to be played out. All right, let me be in a position where I can now negotiate from a position of victory, or a position of win-win game, instead of what? Negotiating from a position of weakness or loss. So don't be too much in a hurry, but to play carefully, make use of what? The 80-20 rule in your equity investment or raising of funds for your partner, among your partners. Are we together? Yeah. So is that good? Do we enjoy that? Yeah. So what are the 5 levels of investment? What are the 5 levels? Number 1 is what?
Physical wealth.
Physical wealth. Number 2 is what? Spiritual wealth. Number 3 is what? Huh? Social wealth. Number 4 is what? Pardon? Time wealth. And number 5 is what? Financial wealth. Glory to God. Clap for yourself. Thanks so much. God bless you.